opening, you said that the lanes on the right, I mean, even people far away can see, the lanes on the right are non-tolled, and the lanes on the left are tolled. Is that right?
I believe it's correct.
Now, so I see a lot of congestion on the right. It looks like people are not willing to get into this lane. And is this only tolling that describes where people will go here?
There are toll lanes, and the one on the, I believe the left should be the toll lane. We know that overall, with regard to Miami-Dade County, it's been successful in reducing congestion for both sides.
So this picture does not, see, this doesn't show reducing congestion. It shows people, it shows lots of room on the right here, my right, and it looks as though people are saying, no, thank you. Are the tolls very high?
The tolls can be high, and let me just clarify also, reducing congestion doesn't mean eliminating congestion. We still have bad congestion. It just got a little better with bus, express, rapid transit, and the express lanes.
So they use this other side, though?
Yes.
Can they use this road? Can they use this toll road?
Well,
Buses and...
If they pay the toll, they can, yes.
Yeah. I mean, do they?
Oh, yes. Yes, they do.
They do, because I don't see any of them. I see, it just happens to be when this picture was taken.
Well, no, Madam Chair, I assure you, the toll lane gets pretty crowded also. We just have a lot of people and a lot of traffic in Miami-Dade County as a region. So we know that the times have gotten better, but still, I think of the lost business hours, the lost production, and lost time you spend with your family. We have to do something. The tolls have helped. We need more help. And so people do use the toll lanes, and they do get very expensive.
Mr. Hawkins, do you object to the use of toll lanes and the way we know that you testified against tolls? I don't know if trucks pay tolls or would pay tolls on such a lane. What is your view?
My company alone pays $25 million annually in tolls across the United States. So certainly from a CEO perspective and an ATA perspective, we don't support new tolling on interstate highways. Now, certain tolling can be appropriate to handle specific issues around the country and select cities, but overall, we don't feel like it's the solution. When I think about some of the opening comments, if we'd have been sitting in church this morning when Chair DeFazio made his opening comments, I would have said amen when he mentioned that not since 1993 has Congress increased our federal fuel tax to invest in our infrastructure. Just the nickel example that he gave, if we did that immediately, that would generate $340 billion in long-term predictable financing that would address a lot of these issues and expand current roads without tolling.
Mr. Hawkins, a lot of us up here would agree with you and agree with Mr. DeFazio as well on that issue. I do want to ask a question, though, of Ms. Chang. I'm very intrigued by the technologies and what they can do, and believe, frankly, that they're going to be necessary if we're going to move these congestion issues. How do we make sure they are deployed with equity considerations in mind? And I'd be interested whether you all have thought that through as a part of your recommendation.
Yes, thank you very much, Chair Norton. This is a top concern for our local community and policymakers as well. We have seen that the technology has come to a point where we can actually implement some of the policy responses on equity and features of programs that we've long wanted but haven't been able to truly deploy cost effectively. Examples would be the ability to more strategically target, those types of road users who we believe need to have discounts and exemptions, enabling them to have accounts using their transponders, which are the electronic detection systems in the vehicles that allow the trip to be measured, to now allow us to be able to connect that to a particular household and understand what are
any experimental work being done on that?
Pardon me?
Is there any pilot work being done on that to connect to?
I see. Elsewhere, absolutely, certainly on the express lanes and express roads that have been discussed in other places and in our own Bay Area region, yes. But we don't have that in San Francisco quite yet. We're still studying it for the downtown zone.
Thank you very much. I will move now to Mr. Davis, who I recognize for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you again to the witnesses for your testimony, for being here. Very important issue. As I said in my opening statements, congestion even hits a district like mine with its rural and many urban areas. According to the TTI's report in 2017, congestion in certain cities in my district, like Springfield, Illinois, cost residents about $300 a year. In Decatur, Illinois, about $240, and in Champaign, Illinois, $225. North of me, north of my district, a couple hours, is Chicago. Commuters there saw an average cost of $1,307 in 2017. I've recently seen reports that the mayor of Chicago, Mayor Lightfoot, is considering a congestion pricing scheme to address traffic. Now, that may work in Chicago, but I'm really not convinced it's going to work in the smaller cities that I represent. And as we examine this issue of congestion, are there other ways besides congestion pricing schemes that we can use to address the problem? And I'll start with you, Mr. Lomax.